And now, Introduce Everything proudly presents Seventeennerella. It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Seventeennerella. Seventeennerella had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie. All 9 of them made the 17-year-old do all the chores. 17er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie all together. One day, the king summoned Cunningham's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of summoned Cunningham, his majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Summoned Coupling." But Seventeennerella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They argue over who will Prince Summoned Coupling marry. Later, Seventeennerella is so sad, distraught and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Summoned Coupling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Seventeennerella what's wrong by saying, "Why are you crying, Seventeennerella?" In which Seventeennerella responds, "I have lots of chores to be done, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Summoned Coupling." Seventeenerella's fairy godmother says, "I can help with a bit of magic." And waves her magic wand. Because of that, Seventeenerella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "Seventeenerella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice." Luckily, Seventeenerella has 17 pumpkins and 34 mice. Seventeenerella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again. And to turn the 17 pumpkins into a handsome coach, and the 34 mice into horses, and 17-year-olds goes into a gown and crown. Seventeenerella says, "I've never seen such a summoned couple-tastic gown. Get a load of my glass slippers too." Seventeenerella's fairy godmother says, "Have fun, Seventeenerella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before." It gives her a clock to tell her what time it is. Seventeenerella accepted the warning and climbed into the coach. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Summoned Coupling was wondering who he should marry. Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie say, "He's walking towards me," all together. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Seventeenerella. Seventeenerella and Prince Summoned Coupling dance happily together. But later, when Seventeenerella checks her clock, it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Summoned Coupling was really sad and worried that he might never see Seventeenerella again. The king of Summoned Coupling comforts him by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find Seventeennerella. And so, Prince Coupling and the King of Cuplingham began their journey. All around Cuplingham to find Seventeennerella and brought the glass slipper with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the home where Seventeennerella and her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of Seventeennerella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters. Prince Coupling and the King of Cuplingham then say, "Ladies, we have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper?" Sophie is first, but her foot is too big. Ella is next, but her foot is too small. "Nonsense! It fits!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Coupling and the King of Cuplingham noticed Seventeenerella's sweet singing. "The glass slipper fits!" Seventeenerella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Coupling back. And so, Seventeenerella, Prince Coupling, and the King of Cuplingham lived happily ever after. The end. And Andrew's Doers, I hope you enjoyed this story. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Knows Everything. And I've been debating on making some sequels to Seventeennerella. So if you want to see maybe someday Seventeennerella 2, 17 Wishes Come True. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Knows Everything. And buy our merchandise too at AndrewKnowsEverything.com. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents Seventeennerella 2. 17 Wishes Come True. A sequel to Seventeennerella, based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 2 times, Seventeennerella and Prince Coupling were happily married. But Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie have lots of tricks up their sleeves. They can do anything to stop Seventeennerella and Prince Coupling. Suddenly, they find a magical wishing charm. But it only grants 17 wishes, and once they'll be used up, the magic of Cuplingham will be gone forever. The only way to restore the magic of Cuplingham is wish away falls its water and fill up the charm. This gives Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie an idea to steal the charm. And so they did. Seventeennerella and Prince Coupling ride horses to get the charm back. But Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie was the first 2 wishes by saying, "We wish we could stop Seventeener Witch and Prince Coupling, and we wish their horses will back them off their backs." That causes the horses to buck them off their backs and way up into the sky. Seventeenerella's fairy godmother flies out by waving her magic wands and chanting the magic words. "Fippity foopity pecan pie, magic wand make them fly," which makes Seventeenerella and Prince Coupling fly. "Not so fast," said Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie all together as they use the third wish to stop them. But Seventeenerella's fairy godmother and says, I wish, my dear Seventeenerella, this wicked, ugly, mean stepsisters will turn into stone. And then chants the magic words. Fippity foopity ice cream cone. Magic wand turn them into stone, which the charm and Seventeenerella's fairy godmother chants them. Turn the Sophia, Alika, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, Natalie, and into stone statues, resulting in 7 coupling hell being saved. They then fill the charm with wish away Fuzzy's water, and all lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Knows Everything. And buy our merchandise at AndrewKnowsEverything.com. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents Seventeennerella 3. Time for a baby. A second sequel to Seventeennerella, based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 3 times, Seventeennerella and Prince Seven Coupling are getting ready to get pregnant. But Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie still have lots of tricks up their sleeves and still can do anything to stop Seventeennerella and Prince Seven Coupling. They're also very jealous about Seventeennerella marrying Prince Seven Coupling. No fair! I thought Prince Seven Coupling was going to marry me! They shout all together. Suddenly, Natalie, the youngest stepsister, has a plan to steal Seventeenerella's fairy godmother's magic wand and use it to kill Seventeennerella and Seven Coupling. Only for Seventeenerella's fairy godmother to chant the magic words. Fippity foopity peek and pie. Magic wand made them fly. And waves her magic wand, which makes Sophia, Ella, Veronica, Esme, Naomi, Tilly, Emmy, Evie, and Natalie fly up into the sky. They angrily berate their youngest sister, Natalie, thinking of a bad idea to kill Seventeennerella, and Prince Seventeennerella may say, Natalie, this is the worst idea ever! When the flying spell wears off, they fall into the 7-couple pool of youth, which legend has it that when whoever bathes into the pool turns into a baby. Meanwhile, Seventeennerella and Prince Seven Coupling are pregnant but sick. Luckily, Seventeenerella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can cure her. And not a minute too soon, the Seventeennerella and the baby are cured. And the baby is a boy named Sebastian. Seventeenerella's ugly, mean, and wicked stepsisters, who are now babies, will struggle to find a way to reverse the 7-couple pull of youth. While they were doing that, baby Natalie accidentally launched herself into Sebastian's cradle. Sebastian is now mixed up with Natalie. Luckily, Seventeenerella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can make Natalie grow up again and undo the 7-couple pull of you. But if she doesn't do it before the sun sets, Natalie will be a baby forever. She chants the magic words. Magic wand, oh so old, oh so gold, made Natalie old, and not a minute too soon. Natalie is grown up again, and she and Sebastian aren't mixed up anymore. I'm sorry, I was being ugly, mean, and wicked. I promise I'll be a good guy from now on, said Nellie as she reformed and she, along with Sebastian, Seventeennerella, and Prince Coupling, lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye.